Okay, in this first session, we've done a lot of things which are hopefully revision to you, and a lot of this is covered in the accompanying slides. So talk a little bit about simple arithmetic, rounding in significant figures, and scientific notation. Here, I just want to quickly go through the things with powers, which again I hope is revision for you, but I think it's just worth going through with some pen and paper, just so that you understand what's going on, because we will come across this a lot when we're doing algebra. So let's just start off if we say something like 10 to the power 4. This is the base, and the 4 is the power. Now sometimes we call that 10 raised to the power 4 or 10 to the power 4. I tend to say 10 to the power 4. If it was 10 to the power 2, that would be squared, 10 squared, or 10 to the power 3 is 10 cubed. Okay, so and if we were to write that out in long form, so 10 to the power 4 is the same as writing 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, i.e. there are 4 tens. Okay, now a few special things. One special thing for now, 10 to the power 1 is just 10. So anything to the power 1 is just itself. Okay, what about some of the rules of powers? Let's explore a couple of those. So if we have, let's say we have 3 cubed times 3 squared. If we write that out longhand, that will be 3 times 3 times 3, which is 3 cubed, times 3 times 3, which is 3 squared. Okay, here's our 3 cubed, and then here's our 3 squared. Now we can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, so that's the same as saying 3 to the power 5. Now if we come back here, we can see that 5 is just 3 plus 2. So that's the same as 3 to the power 3 plus 2. And this works for anything where we have the same base and we're multiplying two powers together. So if I said 4 squared times 4 cubed, that would just be 4 to the power 5. Okay, 2 plus 3. Another one is related to division. I think we'll just move to a clean sheet. So if we have, let's do 6 this time, 6 to the power 4 divided by 6 squared. Okay, let's write that out longhand. 6 times 6 times 6 times 6 divided by, and I prefer to do it in fractions like this because you can see how things cancel out, divided by 6 squared. Okay, now we can go through and say we've got a 6 down here, or 2 6s down here, and that cancels out with 2 6s up there. So 6 divided by 6 is 1, 6 divided by 6 is 1, so that would just be 1 times 6 times 6, which is the same as 6 times 6, 6 squared. Okay, let's come back here again though, so we can see that 6 to the power 4 divided by 6 to the power 2, that's the same as saying 6 to the power 4 minus 2, 6 squared. Okay, so if we're left with anything where we've got division, we subtract the powers. If we're multiplying, we add the powers. Let's consider another special case with division to illustrate another point. So let's say we've got 4 to the power 1 divided by 4 to the power 1. Now, if we apply our little rule up here, that would be the same as saying 4 to the power 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. So there we have 4 to the power 0. At the same time, we know that 4 to the power 1 is just 4. So it's 4 divided by 4. Anything divided by itself is just 1. So anything to the power 0 is just 1. 4 to the power 0 is 1. 10 to the power 0 is 1. X to the power 0 would be 1. Okay. Another rule here. So let's think about when we've got powers applied on top of powers. So we've got 4 squared cubed. Now let's write that out longhand. That would be 4 times 4, 4 squared, times 4 times 4, again 4 squared, times 4 times 4, 4 squared, 3 times, or 4 squared cubed. And you can see that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 to the power 6, which is the same as 4 to the power 2 times 3. So if we're in this kind of situation, we multiply. So 4 to the power 4 squared cubed would be the same as 4 to the power 2 times 3. Okay. 10 to the power 7 cubed would be 10 to the power 21. Okay. Right, last one for this. Let's think about a situation with negative powers. Okay, let's think about, so 2 cubed divided by 2 cubed. If we apply our rule that we had here, we can say that's the same as 2 to the power 3 minus 3, which is 2 to the power 0 or 1. Another way we could write that though is we've done 3 minus 3. We could say that's also 2 cubed times 2 to the minus 3. Okay, so here if we apply our multiplying powers rules where we add them, so that would be 2 cubed plus minus 3, which is the same. 3 plus minus 3 is the same as 3 minus 3, which is 0, which is 1. So we come out with the same answer. So 2 to the power minus 3 is the same as 1 over 2 cubed. All right, so let's just come over here. So 2 to the power minus 3 is the same as 1 over 2 cubed. Okay, I'm sure there'll be some questions related to that, but we can pick that up in the class or in another session.